The biggest lie about intimacy
is that it comes naturally.
guy looks for multiple partners because obviously he's horny, doesn't want to masturbate because doesn't want to lose energy. So he's just like running around the streets of a city in Gujarat, like looking for people to have sex with.
I mean, all the best to him. The body count conversation that a lot of people have, which I feel like needs to go.
Because you want to know how experienced and how good they are. That's why.
I just feel like men are different and women are different emotionally. It's okay if I've slept with 10, 12, 15 people in the last 10, 15 years of my life. But it's not okay if someone who I'm with has slept with that many people. Because they're made differently. I don't understand what this logic is. Sometimes you want more. I don't know why people have like a apprehension around
Period sex?
period sex.
It's because there is blood.
Hi, I'm Aastha and I choreograph the spicy things that you see on your screen, and I also help people make their own lives a little bit more spicy.
And I'm Aili. I help people date, love, and have better sex.
This is Touchy Topic with that sassy thing. So let's start. The body count conversation that a lot of people have, which I feel like needs to go this year.
Needs to go, body count needs to go.
I feel like bin, find right now, throw, dump right now for this conversation. Like, why do you need to know what somebody's past has been?
Because you want to know how experienced and how good they are. That's why.
And then why is that gendered? Tell me this. Because I have a friend, I actually want to share this with you. I have a friend who went through a really bad breakup and a really long relationship. Walked out of that breakup saying, I really want to grow, I want to become better. Went through like, I'm going to go to a life coach, I'm going to go to this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do like other kinds of like retreats. I was going to say the name, but I won't. Like these kind of like spiritual retreats and stuff he's been for. Then he comes back and he says, I definitely now want to find a woman. Like, okay. And then this person then says, but she cannot have slept with more people than I have. And I said, okay, why is that thought process there? No, I just like feel like men are different and women are different emotionally. And so it's okay if I've slept with 10, 12, 15 people in the last 10, 15 years of my life. But it's not okay if someone who I'm with has slept with that many people or been with that many people or been in that many relationships, because they're made differently. I don't understand what this logic is. I couldn't wrap my head around it the whole time this conversation was happening. And then I was like getting so triggered by this whole conversation because there is just so much in my head. There is so much like underlayer of misogyny in that statement that it just bothers me that people believe this even today, where we are now so open about the fact that people are having multiple relationships before they settle down. People are choosing not to settle down. People are choosing partners. You're also getting married now, not at the age of 18, you're getting married at the age of 35. So you will have partners in your life before it. It's commonplace. It's commonplace. It's not everyone, of course. There are exceptions to every rule.
Yeah, you want to save yourself for something.
I don't know how many people are saving themselves for anything.
Of course you want to save yourself.
Okay.
You want it to be special.
Do you have any clients that are saving themselves?
Yeah. Yeah, that's slightly concerning sometimes, but they've saved themselves for like 40 years. Yeah. And they've been saving themselves and they're still saving themselves. Which is
at what point is it not saving and now it's celibacy?
I think it's...
Is there a...
No, they want to, but now it's like kind of they don't know how to, and it's too ingrained. There's too much conditioning around this thing of Can I do it before I get married? Can I do it before I fall in love? Can I do it before 20? Can I do it before 30? So I think it's then it just becomes too much of a big deal. So they are saved.
So what do they do with their desire? Do they experience desire?
No, they don't even like masturbate.
No?
No,
Okay.
it's all saved, locked with a tala.
Do you think that's healthy?
Well, if you are into other kind of practices, it's exciting also. But I'm not gonna talk about.
Tell na. Tell.
No, I'm not gonna go into chast. I think you should not count your body. So maybe have an Excel sheet and then count them. With
You know, I
yes.
know of people that do.
I have Excel sheet.
You have an Excel
I had, then I stopped because kind of.
Funnily, I just feel like this conversation about your previous partners and your previous experience.
But wait, can I just add one thing?
Yeah.
For years on end, whenever like because obviously you get asked by body count, like for years on end, I always said 5. So if you really have to like squeeze this, say 5, whether you're 20, 30, 40, 50, just say 5. I think 5 is a good number.
But are you telling people to lie?
It's, I mean, do you talk about, I don't know, waxing? Like how often you wax? Some things you don't want to talk about. I think it's perfectly fine. Like,
what will you say
throw
to somebody? What do you say to somebody who says that I really need to know this about my partner, but if I want to marry them or whatever,
yeah,
but they don't want to share, and they've chosen to keep it private? What do you say to that person? Because I don't know what to say.
Yeah. But it depends on how much paranoia they will go into for the rest of their lives. Because the moment someone will be experienced in doing something, then immediately, oh man, I remember this one client. I just remembered. He went crazy because first he was one of the saved himself forever, had one, like, I think he was married. Yeah, he was married. He was with this one person for, let's say, 15 years. Then he became single. So he had no experiences, but he wanted to go all wild. Okay. It's like, now I want to experience this, that. I want to be this playboy. And I just want you teach me how to get girls, which is like my daily request, my clients. Anyway, all good exploration. I'm supporting you. No worries. However, met a woman who was experienced or spoke about her previous experiences. And then suddenly, when she could do now, of course, the sex became wild. And he was like, oh my God, I've never had such amazing sex. I'm always turned on. I'm like, great. And then suddenly it hit him that, oh, but she knows how to do X, Y, Z. So that means that she's been with so many people. And he went crazy, just kept on obsessing. No, but that means that I have to be with as many people as well, because it's a competition here, right?
That's another thing, yeah.
It's a competition. So I think that she's had like
more experience.
10. So I have to make sure that I get 10 more. So therefore, if I can't, so tell me how to get more girls. And I was like, are you going to tell her? Like, no, I can't tell her. So here is the fun part.
So I have this thing, okay. I'm generally a very jealous person. Like, also, I think I have single child syndrome. So like, I want all the attention, all the love, all the care, everything for myself. And I can get jealous of anything. Like I can get jealous of the fact that if my partners come home from work and they have decided to go play on their PS, I will get jealous of the PlayStation and be like, why the hell are you spending time with that and not with like
toxic hai tu bhai.
But हूँ मैं toxic or not, बहुत jealous इंसान हूँ. You're talking as if you never get jealous.
Never.
You actually never get jealous?
No, I'm also as bad. I'm bad. I'm bad. I'm jealous, and I think, but it's okay. It's fine. I
But
mean,
why do you think jealousy is bad? Tell me this.
it's not.
Then why do you say I'm bad? I'm bad. Like you're
Because
also.
it just goes beyond the jealousy. It becomes compulsive thinking about things. It becomes acting upon it, lashing out, beating people up on the street, grabbing them from the hair, going to their car, taking a knife and like opening their tires. So that is not quite. That's like illegal.
People are going to be so scared of you.
But that was when I was very young. I was like 17.
I mean, we've all been there, done that. Okay,
Have you
But I have to tell you, I once got so jealous of this one, like this one human being that I was like not seeing whatever in college, and
same as a situation?
like it was, a situationship, as you would like to call it now.
Be young.
And so we were just like, how like I have to like do something to get attention. And it's like, I was so young and naive that I thought it would be really funny if I started dropping eggs on
what?
on his bike, because we used to use bikes.
The bike?
Like, so I started chucking eggs on his bike. So I
On the seat?
smeared his entire bike with eggs.
Because
I wanted to take revenge for the fact that he was making me feel jealous.
he was making you feel jealous.
Yeah, like
on
I was
purpose.
feeling jealous. Yeah.
Oh, you were feeling
I was feeling jealous. So I think he was doing it on purpose to like get a reaction out of me. I gave him one.
Actually, eggs smell quite rot after because you can't really clean it. It takes a while to clean.
Yeah,
Was it the spongy like seat or was it like a leather one?
I don't remember that now, but I do remember that the eggs got pretty frozen because it was in the I went to study abroad.
And this was where?
This was in England. And I just took I went to Tesco and I picked up this one crate of eggs. Anyway.
Wow.
And I just decided that in the morning before he would go to class, he would go to his bike, obviously, because we used to all ride cycles to class. And I was just like, I want him to not be able to do that. I don't know.
But that's kind of sweet in a way. Like,
I actually got this idea because a very close friend of mine at the time had gone and thrown eggs on someone's car and smashed it.
But then why not throw eggs on somebody's face is my question.
Because that's too confrontational, I feel.
Okay. I agree. Some people are less confrontational. I can tell that you're less confrontational for sure. Nice.
No. But like, yeah, sometimes you do stupid things when you feel jealous, but you also, I think the thing that I feel people don't understand about jealousy is that they always feel that they feel jealous because they're in love. And at least I used to think that, right? Like I used to think that the jealousy is coming from a space of love. And I also feel like a lot of people project that because I feel like I did that too. Like, made someone else believe that the reason I'm jealous and insecure of you is because I love you.
Yeah, but I think of all the examples that we have in films, right? Like
media.
Cultural ideas of like, if you're in love, you have to feel jealousy and you have to act upon jealousy. Otherwise, you don't love the person. I mean, there's so many examples in films. I think Hindi films for sure that I've seen, and in Italy, I mean, where this whole incident of like destroying somebody's car happened, it's culturally acceptable. In fact, it's like normal to do something like that. So there is revenge. There are movies, black and white movies from 1930s and 40s that have like people actually, you have even like honor killings in the jealousy space. So it's like...
Yeah, it can get dark.
It can get dark because jealousy is a very powerful feeling, but it's perfectly fine to have some level of jealousy because it's normal, I think.
Do you think jealousy is the expression but insecurity is the emotion?
No, I think jealousy is a complex emotion made of multiple emotions that are primary emotions. I'm not going to give you a lecture on emotions right now. However, there's definitely like, if we you can sort of figure out if you're a 0 to 10 jealous person. Like if you're a 5 or you're feeling a 5 intensity of jealousy, then I think it's pretty normal. Acting, what you do after you feel jealous is a problem. But also I feel that some people are just not jealous because they don't experience that complexity. Now, of course, like if you're insecure about yourself, if you're constantly comparing yourself to others, like example, previous relationship, person was younger, of course they were attracted to younger people than me. I think that I'm old, or I feel like I look old, or if I think that I don't look a certain way, or I think that I'm dumb, for example, then
you thinking that you're dumb.
yeah, I think I'm dumb. My
What
father used to
really?
tell me all the time that I'm dumb. All my life he's told me that I'm dumb.
Your father needs to be schooled for it.
Yeah, he didn't go to school. I think that might have been one of the problems.
Okay.
But yeah, like if the point is that if the insecurity is around certain aspects, of course I'm gonna feel more jealous and more troubled around those aspects. So definitely there is like internal work that one needs to do, and then there is reality. Because sometimes when you go into jealousy, it's like, is this true or not?
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
like you go into that zone where you are fabricating and creating scenarios where things are happening, but maybe they're not happening. So you need to talk about jealousy, and you can do it in a very spicy way also. Can I
Like,
touch
sure.
it? Can I touch it?
Yes.
You can do it like, for example, when you do, you make me so jealous. I want to slap you, and I want to slap that person who you're looking at. And you just say what you want to do, right?
Yeah.
And the other person obviously has the role or has that responsibility to answer to you like, baby, it's okay to be jealous, but I love you. So I reassure you, you're the most beautiful person in the world, or you're the smartest person in the world. You don't need to be jealous. And it becomes an opportunity for
Connection.
intimacy, etc. So everything can become an opportunity.
So while jealousy is not a sign of being in love,
No.
it can definitely be something that can aid a moment of connection, right? But what does jealousy also sometimes tell you about yourself? Do you think? Because I feel it's okay to be jealous. Like for me, I feel like if a person has no reaction, that is also like no jealousy at all. I feel like that is also something that is a little bit scary for me, at least personally, because I feel then that I'm not valued. So like I want my partner
Then you have the problem.
to have that
Then
thing.
you are the problem.
But it's a certain need. What is the issue with being wanted, being desired, being valued?
Say that, no.
Yeah.
So that means that it's missing in your relationship. One doesn't have to be jealous to address that or ask for it.
No, sure. But like, if you...
Unless you...
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But you can tell me also like, okay, I want you to be jealous.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
I want
that's
you
what I'm saying.
I want you to show me that you're jealous. I want you to tell me that you're jealous. Maybe the person is not feeling anything, but you're asking them to say like that they're jealous. They can say that, no? Does that count?
Yeah.
You stalk?
I stalk people. When I'm jealous of them, matlab, I know everything.
Like investigator types.
Investigator type.
You paid someone to go.
Yeah. I think it could be an alternative business, like a side hustle. I will fully stalk someone.
I don't think
I
I
will
can.
stalk them so much that I will sometimes make it apparent also that I'm stalking them.
No, that's something else. That's called like threatening someone.
But not stalking physically, na? Not physical digital stalking.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, okay, yes, I understand there are certain boundaries and you want to be graceful about it. But sometimes you have a cheeky brain that tells you, okay, yaar, what they don't know, it's not going to hurt them. Or the other bit is like, if it is open in the media and available on Google, is it not there for consumption?
Who are you dating? Why are you having an affair with? Which celebrity? Tell me.
I'm not telling. I'm talking
The
about a
audience
past
wants to know.
relationship where I have, but you know, the thing is, you have to be a little bit careful when you're dating and you have stalked someone.
Are you like giving tips for stalking right now?
No, I'm just
Because-
saying that I feel like you have to be, when you stalk someone a lot and then they've actually not told you that thing about themselves and you found out. Like suppose, okay, arbitrary example. This person has traveled, went on a holiday with friends to Goa. Okay. They've never told me about that one holiday. Okay.
Because you need to know everything.
But I know because I stalked. And so once it just slipped out of my mouth, in the context of that one holiday. And then I was like, then they were like, oh, did I tell you about that one time? And I was like, yeah, you must have told me. How else I found out?
Okay.
But in my head, I'm like, oh shit. Like sometimes you need to, I have made a mistake here. Like I have let out, like opened my cards, which is not fun. You should know what is happening.
Okay, now that everybody knows that you're jealous and you stalk, anything else you would like to inform us?
No. I feel,
Done.
but I also feel a lot of this has to do with the fact that there's a lot of stuff that we consume in the media.
But listen, there's also people who don't feel jealousy at all. They get actually turned on when the partner is with somebody else. You know this, right?
Huh.
I mean, there are people who experience like...
But some emotion is there, na? They're not nonchalant to the idea.
So no reaction whatsoever might be that they are not very much in touch with their emotions. What about that?
Yeah.
But there are people who also
See,
get turned on.
look, now you're telling me to give grace to these people.
To whom?
To somebody who is like not in touch with their emotions and all. Earlier you were saying, what is the point of giving grace? Just give labels. I would turn around and tell this person, be like, you is someone without
teacher,
emotions.
Sorry, teacher. Sorry.
See, I think I think what you're saying makes sense, that they might not be in touch with their emotions. That is also not fun when you have to really do all the emotional labor and another person is not in touch with their emotions. On the contrary, everyone has a problem with the fact when someone who is a man is in touch with their emotions, and I don't understand it. On one side, people are saying constantly that they want their partners to be more in touch with their emotions. Typically, they say that it's the men that are not in touch with their emotions and the women that are in touch with. Although I don't agree. But typically, that is the sort of messaging, right?
Yeah, but it is conditioning, right? So boys are told not to cry.
Oh my God.
Don't cry like a little girl. I mean, I get turned on when I see a man cry. I even have a bag that says I love men. I love to make men cry. Boys to cry, actually. Same thing. But yeah, it's conditioning.
I think it's
difficult.
really nice when a man is in touch with his emotions. I think it's very attractive. When they're able to be vulnerable, when they're able to let a good cry out. I feel like crying is very therapeutic, and when people, like, why would you label something as masculine or feminine when it's just great for everyone? Like,
because that's society to you. You need to like define, make boxes. We need to say, okay, if you're born like this, then you can't cry. If you're born like this, you have to do the dishes.
I have someone who's very, very, very close to me, I have to tell you. And this is a moment of like a lot of pride as I'm saying this. Someone who's very, very close to me. Every time they watch Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum, they cry.
I also cry. But
Every
it's all about your parents. Of course you will cry, no? Anyone will cry with Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum.
Like, I feel like whether it's about something or another, just the fact that a person can look at the same film every day, every time, and use that as a sort of like a
they use it as a
thing
like,
to
let me
let it out. Let me watch this, so then it builds up certain emotions, but it allows that release. Do you think that crutch is nice? I feel like that crutch works for a lot of
Why are you
people.
calling it crutch?
I mean,
it's a tool.
Okay, Tool.
It's a tool.
It's not a crutch. It's a tool. You're right.
Yeah. It's
So-
I think people watch movies. They also some people watch advertisements. Like
And cry.
like they make there are some ads that actually make people cry. So they just keep on watching ads. I had a friend who used to do that. It's like, yeah, sometimes ads make me cry too.
Do you have a film or something that makes you cry?
Kabhi
Kabhi Khushi? Always?
Yeah. Devdas also. But anyways, I cry all the time.
I'm also a sucker for every film which is little bit patriotic. It makes me cry.
I
And
cry when there is a national anthem played in the cinema. Beat that. Beat that.
No.
Yeah, I know.
Are you
I
serious?
get very emotional when I'm like singing the national anthem.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I mean, obviously, it's not my first language. So
Yeah.
that's also like a bit
Yeah, I mean
challenging.
but no, your love for India is another level. So I'm sure it allows that vulnerability. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
But back to man crying.
But I've seen men utilize tools, like media is the
Sports.
tool.
Sports also. They emote a lot with sports. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when there is a match or something, you see everybody crying if they lose and screaming when they win. And
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of euphoria around winning.
I wish
There's
they
also
did it with us
anger.
also. I wish they did it with us.
Intimacy is a sport.
Maybe next time I'll just put a screen with a cricket match and then I'll put myself there in the front. And
Yeah.
like, okay,
I
now
feel
watch
like-
here, cry, and then I'll move. Like,
I feel like this talk that we're having will end up getting a lot more audience from a certain section of society if we get a background that says intimacy is also a sport.
oh man,
It will. I feel it will work.
No, I'm really against that whole intimacy as a sport.
But
yeah, no.
Why?
No, because it's like in porn, it becomes a sport, and then it's like dhan, and then for hours people think that they have to. It's like
Keep
a
going.
performance. It's a performance, and it
Yeah.
never ends. I just have to tell you this one story.
Huh,
Story.
okay.
So I was very young, obviously. I had no idea, never experienced pleasure.
Huh.
Like I was having sex already before I felt anything in my body. And there was this guy who I liked. He used to work in a pizzeria, as people do in Italy. And then we went on a drive because back then you used to do it in the car only. Like here in India, like there is no, you can't obviously do it in the car because there are people around in the streets.
Yeah.
But in Italy, there are no people in the mountains. Those hills that you see in Tuscany, that's where people go with the car and they do their jiggy thing. And then he started, and then he just went on and on and on and on. I was like, at one point, I was like, dude, are you coming or not? And he's like, no, I'm waiting for you to tell me to stop. Or like, I'm waiting for you to come. I'm like, no, I can't. Like, that's it. Just come right now. It went on for hours. I was like,
I think it felt like hours.
no, but because they think that penetrative sex or bonking is a sport and they have to last for decades.
Yeah. No, that's not what I meant when, but I agree with you.
Yeah, but that's the message, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a sport, it's like, no, that's cancer for me. Cancel it.
Okay. Well, then that's something you should leave behind. The fact that
I left behind that day only.
Yeah. I
Many
feel
years
like
ago.
people need to leave it behind in life.
Yeah,
for
please,
sure.
please do not have marathons, sex marathons. I mean, occasionally fine, whenever, if both agree, but it's not really like,
Conducive to intimacy.
it's not conducive to anything. Also, you are not going to lose calories. You please go and run. Sorry.
People believing that intimacy is like that
Workout.
sex is a workout. Yeah.
But I don't know, maybe it's like that for you, is it? Do you want to go on and on for hours?
No.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I see a twinkle in your eye.
No.
Are you getting excited?
I feel it can happen at separate times in the same day. But I like
How many times?
breaks.
How many times?
Depends on the day. You know, it has
Max,
taken
chalo,
me.
Max.
I don't know.
What's your score? Score.
Oh my God, my score. I don't know.
What do you mean
Actually,
you don't
haven't
know?
counted. I'll be very honest with you. I don't know, but I'm sure the person that has gone through it will have counted, because I think that this score keeping thing is a lot more the other part, like the other section of society type thing.
Why are you not saying the word? It's not
It's a men
censored.
thing.
It's not
very
that word
men
has not been
thing.
censored yet. You can say it.
Yeah, I think keeping score is a very men thing. I feel,
But
that is in my experience. I don't know if somebody has
No,
experienced
definitely.
differently, but
No,
yeah,
but definitely, I mean, the whole conversation around intimacy has been centered on male pleasure. So, of course, like, even we have started believing in the scoring system. So, if if you've had men partners, then, and for them, it's important to do it many, many times or for a long time. So, you also believe that that's how it should be.
yeah.
But here I am telling you that it shouldn't be like that. Unless you
Want it to be like that. Exactly. Yeah.
How much sex is enough? Maybe even no sex is enough.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if you have a very high libido, if you need to get going multiple times a day, that's enough. If you don't get going at all, that's enough also. Or once a week, once a month, or once every 40 years, it's also okay.
Yeah. I think I agree. I feel like the amount of sex or the amount of pleasure that somebody wants is to each their own. It depends on how they experience it. Some people don't like penetrative sex at all, but find other ways to be intimate. Some people don't like the concept of intimacy being attached to sex. They want sex to be its own thing and be mutually exclusive of their emotional intimacy space. So
Yes.
it really depends.
So sex
on
is not, I don't think sex.
I don't think sex, like there is a number.
But intimacy, रोज होना चाहिए. रोज.
हाँ.
Intimacy
I agree,
रोज होना
Rose.
चाहिए.
Some form of intimacy
Some
is definitely important to the human experience.
What is intimacy for you? How do you define it?
I think intimacy is a form of closeness and a form of vulnerability that is shared with oneself and with certain people. It depends on there are obviously different kinds of intimacy. So there is emotional intimacy, there is physical intimacy, there is financial intimacy, there is spiritual intimacy,
creative.
There are so many different kinds of intimacy.
Yeah, so it means that you are
coming
close to, if there's 2 people or 3 people or 5 people, you are all coming close on that subject or that area of your life.
Yeah, and you're sharing what might not necessarily feel like public information. It's the experience of being able to share certain parts of your life that are meant for closed rooms, can be something that is interesting.
But also like be able to listen to what someone says without judgment. Because the moment you put judgment, you put shame or like, oh my God, why do you want to go for satsang?
Or like, why do you want to do something that I don't align with?
Yeah, that's not cool.
Yeah.
Or like, why do you want to
go to a library and read a book?
Or why don't you want to give me a blowjob? So that, although you're talking about things that are private, but because it's judgmental, then it creates distance. It doesn't create
foster intimacy.
That doesn't like build that closeness. So not judgment, definitely being able to share things
Yeah. That may be considered taboo, but be vulnerable.
Or that you're scared of.
Yeah.
Like, be vulnerable.
Fear.
Like your fears, or like be able to tell someone what is it that you want to desire without being fearful. That's how you create intimacy.
Yeah. Can jealousy be a good thing?
Yeah, it can be a good thing if you're both aligned on what jealousy means to you, right? Like, if you tell me that you feel desired when I'm jealous, then of course it's a good thing. But I will be jealous, and then you'll be like, oh, baby, you want me so much. And that's a good thing.
Quote unquote negative emotion of jealousy, which is like, it's broadly known as a negative emotion. It can actually foster connection in some ways. But beyond a certain point, I feel when it gets really obsessive, when it gets really debilitating, if it starts to impede connection in some way, then it's a barrier. And also, it can sometimes be very unhealthy for your own internal peace. For some people, jealousy can be extremely unhealthy for your internal peace if it is not channelized towards connection.
Why don't you see it as an opportunity to work on some aspect of yourself?
If it is not utilized as an opportunity to work on yourself, it can then be an unhealthy thing. 3 things that you want to put in the box, which you want to keep for your intimate life or for intimacy in 2026 for yourself.
I'm going to say this, but it's very controversial. I want to keep great foot massages.
Okay.
I think feet are like very important in my life because I walk around on them. So anything to do with feet, I would like to keep.
Okay.
Other body parts, sure, exploration, fine. This is one thing I want to keep. I want to also keep talking about intimacy before doing it. And have maybe an hour, 2 hour conversation around intimacy before even getting into talking about finances, emotions, kya khana hai, kaha jana hai, nachna hai, rona hai, etc. So 1-2 hours, I think I'm going to have like pointers and have a conversation around intimacy every date I go for. Third thing I would like to keep is decentering romantic relationships. I have been trying to decenter romantic and sexual relationships because I feel that we've given too much weight to them. So again, it's good to experience romance for me. But it shouldn't be the center of my life. That one relationship I should not invest all my energy and efforts in that. There are so many lovely people around me. You, of course, are one of them. And I want to focus more about building those relationships that are not romantic.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
What 3 things do you want to throw in the bin?
In the bin, I would like to throw and probably destroy completely and just annihilate it. And
what we'll do to this bin is we will light it on fire.
Okay, I'm gonna say it. I just want to burn patriarchy in its full form. And I think just that is enough for me.
But how do you how you plan to remove patriarchy from your life?
My life. I think having more conversations around it and what it has done to all of us. This whole, feeling of loneliness, this feeling that we don't have anyone to talk to have sex with, to have romance with, or all of this. This feeling that men are enemies and then women are great. Also, that's part of patriarchy as well, I feel. So that sort of binary vision of things. So yeah, if I manage to do that, then great. Like, I think it's a big task, very big task.
This is the decade resolution, not
decade
a
is, I think it's like a century.
century.
The century. It's a century.
And what about the third thing?
No, that's it. I mean,
You were saying you want to throw everything. Now to be
that is
throwing
like the root cause of everything. Let's throw the root cause of everything.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
but definitely like things like consent, not, I want to throw that as well. Like not, meeting someone or being with someone and not asking consent for especially like touch.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Fun. Okay, so for me, what I want to keep in the box, I want to keep exploration and connection, definitely, because I'm also someone that derives a lot of self-worth and pleasure and identity from my partnerships. So that's definitely something I want to keep. I feel a thing that I want to keep in 2026 is allowing people grace. Because I feel like a lot of times I snap to judgment. It's been a huge journey for me in the work that I have been doing on myself to not be judgmental. And I feel like I've reached a certain point to try and like really see other people's perspectives and things. So I want to keep that. And I think the third thing that I want to keep for myself in 2026 is a lot more intimacy. Like I want a lot more intimacy because I feel a lot more home in my own body than I used to earlier. I just feel like I like my body more than I used to like it earlier. So while I'm on the journey of learning to like my body a lot more, I want to also feel devoured by my partner.
You want to feel desired.
And desired. Yeah. I like to feel desirable and on the journey of like liking my own self and my own body, I feel like a huge part of it is being desired and devoured by my partner.
I don't want to be devoured.
Yeah. See, each person's need is so different, right? I want to burn though a few things. I want to firstly burn like this idea that like the amount of load that we put on intimacy and sexual relationships. I want to bin that. Like I feel like people should just choose what size fits them, what shape, form of intimacy fits them, serves their life, and they should be allowed to experience that without other people's like voices around it. Because I feel like there's too much noise around what's the right way to do something or what is the wrong way to do something, and like what is appropriate and what is not appropriate, and what is agreed and what is not, and what is taboo and what is not, and this, that, and the other. And I feel like...
So you want to get rid of society only?
I just feel like society needs to
shut up
at some point.
Shut up, society.
Like, let people first know what they need to do in a vacuum, then
you're also part
function.
Of society, no?
Yeah, but I feel like these extra noises need to just like shh.
It should be only your noise.
Yeah, because I love talking. And very funnily, don't love talking during sex though. Like I don't like.
That's the best.
Yeah, I'm not a talker.
But then if someone talks to you into your ear, you like it, no?
Yeah.
And then
But I'm not a talker during.
So what are you?
Yeah, I'm slightly silent. I'm a very silent type.
So what do you do? Nothing.
So I do what I need to do, but I'm not like I've physical gestures and all, but like I'm more a physical person when it comes to it. I don't talk so much because I try to.
But are you a giver? Are you a receiver? What?
Both. Yeah.
But you don't talk?
No, not so much.
So which body part do you use?
Lots of different body parts. They are there to be used.
What about your eyelashes? You use your eyelashes?
Yes.
See, mine are very long, so I keep.
I have nice long ones too. I think the third thing,
Yes.
before I forget, because you always make me forget my trail of thought.
This is like.
Third thing that I would like to bin is is how much we have reached a point where we male hate a lot, and I feel like I have really good men in my life, and I feel like I'm sick of people constantly viewing female or woman empowerment in a way which is like from the lens of dragging the other gender down.
Do you have good men? Like you're saying you're surrounded by good men?
Yeah.
Introduce anybody. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm aiming.
I have one full list of single boys that are waiting to be introduced. I will.
What about single girls, single non-binaries? Single is the word.
I have actually, a lot of singles.
Available singles.
Singles, yeah. And non-singles who are also available.
No, we are decentering romance. Decentering.
You've come back now. Suddenly you slipped, then you have come right
just
back.
trying to be social, more social. Yes, I don't want to isolate myself.
Okay. Yeah, I think we've talked a lot, but have we touched enough? I think we have. No?
Yeah.